Hey folks, I'm Raven. This video is going to be 7 useful tips to help you climb as Ivern in Season 11. Fair warning, the first 2 tips are fairly general, but after that they do get a bit more Ivern focused. Anyway, enjoy the video. Starting with something that almost all junglers can use, I would say abuse flex Q to learn the other lanes. As a jungler, you will often find that you need greater knowledge of top, mid and the bottom roles than say a top laner would need of the bottom roles, because as a jungler you are constantly ganking and assisting the other lanes, and as Ivern even more so, having less damage, you need to know when the other lanes power spike. So having knowledge of how their waves work, what their matchups are, and other general important information is key to success. So flex queuing will allow you to learn this much quicker, as you'll be literally playing those roles. So you will know the Draven Jinx matchup, so you'll know the Teemo Darius matchup, so you'll know these matchups and you'll know when you should be ganking them or when you should be letting them just get along and farm, and you'll know, say, when the wave is in a good position to gank, more so than you would if you had never touched the roles and were just a one-trick jungler for your total 100 games. It's kind of funny, this is probably one of the most general tips in the video, but is also the one that will probably affect your rank the most. It's simple, don't be these guys. In this game we were losing slightly, all but top lane was losing mildly, including myself. We were all down slightly compared to every other lane. But then top lane tilted at jungle and mid tilted, my top went AFK, my support went AFK, and it went from a game that we could have come back on to a loss, because they spent the entire game typing to each other. Don't do it. Everybody gets tilted, everybody gets mad, everybody sees that laner that's just so unbelievably just terrible that they want to yell at them and tell them what they do, but don't. I used to be much more toxic than I am now. I actually went through a period where I had chat turned off completely, because I literally would I would do this, but you just need to find a way to stop it for you, because it will cause you to lose more games than any 0-15 Yasuo player ever could. Learning to control your own tilt and learning to stop when you are beyond the point of playing at any sense of level-headedness is probably what will help you climb more than any other tip that anybody can ever give you. Stop when you're too tilted to play anymore, and never throw a game just because you think another laner is costing you it. Getting onto the more Ivern themed points now. Know which champions to drop your red and blue buff for. Now obviously you cannot control who takes them. If your 0-50 mid laner wants to take your red buff from your ADC, they're going to, but you can control who you ping and who you drop them next to. If you have a 5-1 Vigar mid, like I did in this game, you're going to want to give them your blue buff by dropping it for them as soon as possible. If you have a Nasus top lane and an Azir mid, you're going to want to give the Azir your buff at level 5, your blue buff, I mean. So it just depends, but learning who will work best with which buff is very helpful for getting those lanes ahead appropriately. Next, I'm going to suggest you don't be scared to waste Daisy. While she's an important part of your kit, using her to take Dragon faster or slow an enemy chasing you whilst you survive is always going to be more useful than letting her sit off cooldown in your ability bar doing nothing. If you're an Ivern main, you probably already know this because of the way he works, but for those that don't, you need to know more than one clear out. Each game is different and requires you to play around different champions. There's no point level 2 ganking a Nasus into a set, because you'll just lose the fight. However, if you had the set on your side and the Nasus was overextending, ganking into that may not be such a bad idea. So you need to know how to clear to finish top, how to clear to finish bottom, if you want to finish red side, blue side. Setting up the clear routes for Ivern is important. He has very unique clear routes, so learning more than one is key. Linking back to my last point, know which champions you can gank early. Some champions like Nasus would rather just say farm up through the first few levels and survive. Others like a Darius can be an almost guaranteed kill if you go into lane and you land your Q. So knowing which champions have better matchups early game and who you can pick out and focus to farm yourself up off of early is a key skill for any jungler, but more so even Ivern because he has such strong CC. My final piece of advice in this video is going to be that you're going to have to get used to losing. Sometimes you just will, whether it be because the other team is better or because you had a troll or because of somebody tilting, you're going to lose. League's a game about balance, so no champion will ever have a 100% win rate. Hopefully, maybe, there have been weirder things, but still. So just get used to losing because sadly it's a part of the game. Anyway, that'll be it folks. Again, this is the first time I've tried something like this. My channel's still quite new, so I'm trying to find my feet in what type of style of video will work, so any feedback is much appreciated. And even more so, if you feel like I've missed an important tip, drop it below. I tend to post my videos on Reddit to get feedback, so if you're watching this on a Reddit, definitely comment any tips or information you feel like I've missed. And if you're watching it on YouTube, do the same. I'm having fun with this entire channel thing at the moment, but god, it's hard to get like constructive feedback. Last time I made a video and posted it on the Ivern subreddit, I got some of the best feedback I've had so far. That Reddit in general is great. The people over there are fucking awesome. So hopefully anybody with any feedback can let me know. Other than that, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.